Success isn't just about talent or hustle. It's about the hidden things: timing, culture, community, and those rare opportunities that make all the difference. Have you ever looked at someone wildly successful, someone who's made it to the top, and wondered why them and not me? I remember the first time I heard about the Beatles' endless Hamburg gigs. I was baffled how they went from unknown to icons. What if I told you success isn't just about talent or grit? What if it's about something bigger, something hiding in plain sight? Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the lives of people like Bill Gates, the Beatles, even hockey stars, to see what really propelled them to greatness. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never look at success or your own journey the same way again. Picture this: a group of scrappy musicians from Liverpool, barely out of their teens, stepping onto a dimly lit stage in Hamburg, Germany. It's the early 1960s, and these guys, who'd later become the Beatles, aren't famous yet. They're just kids with guitars, playing to rowdy crowds in smoky clubs. But here's the thing: they didn't just play for an hour and call it a night. They played all night long, sometimes 8 hours straight, night after night. It was exhausting, unglamorous, and relentless. But those endless gigs, they were a goldmine. Every chord they strummed, every harmony they nailed, sharpened their skills until they weren't just good, they were unstoppable. By the time the world heard "Love Me Do," they'd already logged thousands of hours perfecting their craft. Both of these stories highlight how relentless practice can transform talent into mastery, and that idea is at the heart of this book. Now, jump across the Atlantic to a quiet school in Seattle. There's a kid there, maybe 13 or 14, hunched over a clunky computer terminal. It's the late 1960s, and computers aren't in every home. They're rare, expensive, and mostly locked away in labs. But this kid, he's got access. His name's Bill Gates, and while his classmates are out playing ball, he's typing code, tinkering, learning. Hour after hour, year after year, he's building a foundation most people couldn't dream of. When the personal computer boom hits, he's not scrambling to catch up. He's already a master. Or take the story of Chris Langan, a man with an IQ higher than Einstein. He could finish complex math problems effortlessly and read in multiple languages. But despite his brilliance, he struggled to succeed. He dropped out of college, couldn't keep a job, and lived in relative obscurity. Why? Because intelligence alone wasn't enough. Unlike someone like Oppenheimer, who used charm and social skills to navigate challenges, Langan lacked the practical smarts, the know-how to ask for help, advocate for himself, and work the system in his favor. These stories aren't just cool anecdotes. There's a thread running through them: practice. Not just any practice, but tons of it, around 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to be exact. That's what it takes to become world-class at something, whether it's strumming a guitar or coding software. The Beatles had Hamburg, a pressure cooker that forced them to play until they were brilliant. Gates had that computer, a rare gift that let him rack up hours when others couldn't even get started. Opportunity knocks, and those who can answer it with consistent, focused repetition are the ones who soar. But here's where it gets wild. Sometimes, success hinges on something you can't control, like when you were born. Imagine a hockey rink in Canada, packed with kids chasing a puck. The best players, the ones who make it to the pros, aren't always the most talented. They're often the ones born in January, February, or March. Why? Because the cutoff for youth leagues is January 1st. A kid born in January is nearly a year older than one born in December. At age 6, that's a huge gap: bigger, faster, stronger. Coaches spot them, give them extra ice time, better teams, more chances. That tiny head start snowballs into a career. It's not fair, but it's real. If you feel like you missed the timing boat, don't worry. There are ways to create your own moment of opportunity. Later, we'll explore how. This timing effect isn't just about sports, either. In school, the oldest kids in a grade often shine brighter. Teachers notice them, expectations rise, opportunities follow. It's like the universe hands some people a secret advantage just because of their birthday. Then there's the stuff we inherit, not money or genes, but culture. Picture a cockpit in the 1990s, a Korean airplane slicing through the sky. For years, this airline had a troubling streak of crashes. The pilots were skilled, the planes were fine, so what went wrong? It wasn't about ability. It was about how they communicated. In Korean culture, respect for authority runs deep. Co-pilots wouldn't dare challenge a captain, even if they saw a mistake. Hesitation turned into disaster. When the airline realized this, they shook things up, trained crews to speak freely, to question when it mattered. The crashes stopped. Culture wasn't just a backdrop. It was a player in the game. Gladwell also explores how cultural legacies affect success in math, discipline, and persistence, as seen in Asian rice farming cultures that emphasize long-term effort and delayed gratification. He dives further into the Roseto mystery. In Roseto, Pennsylvania, Italian immigrants enjoyed remarkably low heart disease rates despite poor diets. The secret? A close-knit community with strong social ties. Their shared culture acted like a protective shield, a reminder that community and relationships are powerful, unseen forces. He also highlights how language and number naming systems matter. In many Asian languages, numbers are named in a clear, logical order: 10-1 for 11, 10-2 for 12, making math concepts more intuitive for children and boosting early confidence. Now, here's something you probably didn't expect. There's a point beyond which having more intelligence doesn't add much to your success. Gladwell explores the concept of the threshold effect, where having an IQ above a certain level, say 120, doesn't give you extra advantage. After that, other factors like social skills, creativity, and opportunity matter more. He compares two geniuses. One becomes a legendary physicist, Oppenheimer. The other struggles to hold a job. What made the difference? Practical intelligence, knowing how to navigate systems, talk to power, and ask for what you need. Imagine a modern startup founder who built a thriving business not because they were the smartest coder, but because they knew how to pitch, partner, and pivot. In a heartwarming chapter, Gladwell shares the story of Marita, a young girl attending KIPP Academy, a charter school designed to give underprivileged students the hours, support, and structure needed to compete. It's not glamorous. Marita studies all day, including Saturdays and summer sessions. But those long hours are what allow her to break generational cycles of poverty. She doesn't get there by luck or genius, but by stepping into a system that gives her the time and tools to succeed. Just imagine what 3 extra hours of focused work could do for your own goals. So, what ties all this together? Success isn't a solo act. It's not just you, your talent, your hustle. It's the stage you're given to perform on. The Beatles didn't become legends just because they were gifted, they had Hamburg. Gates didn't build Microsoft out of thin air, they had that computer. Hockey players don't all make it because they're the best. Some just got an earlier start. Culture can lift you up or hold you back. And the size of your pond can change everything. Which of these hidden factors will you explore first? Next time you're scrolling through someone's highlight reel, pause and breathe. Success isn't a straight line. It's a messy, beautiful mix of what you do and what life throws your way. So go find your 10,000 hours. Seek out your small pond. And don't sleep on the little twists of fate that might just be your edge. You've got more power than you think to shape your story. You're not in it alone. If this hit you like it hit me, stick around. Subscribe for more dives into ideas that flip the script. Got a story about a lucky break or a hidden chance that changed your path? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep this going, because figuring out what makes us outliers might just be the spark we all need. Key takeaways and how to use them. Find your Hamburg. Identify the place or project where you can log your hours. Mastery requires time, so give yourself space to put in the reps. Create your opportunity. You might not have had Gates' early access to tech, but you can seek environments that support deep practice. Join communities, find mentors, take small steps consistently. Reflect on timing. Maybe you're not late. Maybe your timing is opening a different door. Use your age, background, or experience as your angle. Redesign your environment. Culture and community affect outcomes. Build habits and relationships that support your growth. Sharpen your practical smarts. Beyond book smarts, nurture social intelligence, how to speak up, navigate systems, and advocate for yourself. Design your KIP window. Pick a short burst, say 90 days, of structured, focused effort on a meaningful goal. See what happens when time is on your side. Track your advantages. Start noticing where life quietly helps you out. Whether it's a connection, access, or timing, awareness turns luck into leverage. These ideas aren't about excuses. They're about understanding the hidden layers behind success so you can play smarter, not just harder. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into Outliers, hit like, share with someone striving for success, and subscribe to One Book a Day for more book-powered insights. See you in the next video.